Yo, good morning, is what I would usually say, but if you couldn't tell, it is nighttime right now. A good old healthy evening time of 2 a.m. It's pretty dark outside. You can't even see the outside. And I know what you're thinking. You literally just did something to your hair a couple days ago. Shouldn't you give your hair a little break? How are you back to this already? But this is more of like a part two of not a mental breakdown per se, but more of a realization that I can't remember anything that happened in the past 2 years. Basically, I just need to do things to distract myself from thinking about that. I think it's been less than 72 hours since I gave myself a haircut so I could cosplay Sabiok or Player 67 from Squid Game. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I would definitely recommend. It's pretty good, especially this part right here. And thankfully, I was able to cut my hair to resemble her haircut, somewhat. You know that feeling when you're young and you try on your parents' clothes, but then you see yourself in the mirror and you realize, oh, I'm just a child. That's sort of how I felt after I cut my hair. Since my hair is blonde and hers is black, it's just the overall vibes, they weren't right. My Sabiel cosplay would have been an A+ if I had dark hair. But all of a sudden, I started seeing these videos on my Instagram Reels page, specifically from this Japanese hairstylist, where he would dye people's hair into these cool colors, and I'm pretty sure my phone is actively sending my information to Mark Zuckerberg. Mom, the algorithm's doing it again. And after seeing all these videos, I got inspired again, unfortunately. So I'm gonna attempt to dye my Wolfcut a darker color today, specifically dark blue, and maybe just only the underside, or maybe a huge chunk here. You know what? I don't really have a plan of what we're doing. All I know is that I want to keep a few pieces blonde, just in case we need to make a part 3. What if I just realize I'm having a quarter-life crisis, and nothing fulfills my life anymore? That would be so funny, right? Right, guys? Dark blue is probably the best option to make my hair black. Other than black, but hey, compromises are things we do to keep everyone happy. But before we attempt another hair science experiment, I'm gonna prep myself by taking care of the rest of my body. It's all about balance, as I always say. Let me show you how I take care of my skin in partnership with FOREO Sweden. Every single morning, I never skip doing my skincare routine. However, I'm still half asleep because I spent the night playing video games or watching too much anime. And I just think to myself, if I went back to bed, I wouldn't have to wash my face. I've been using a device for some time now that does the work for me. This is the Luna 3 Men by FOREO Sweden, a facial cleansing and firming massager device. It's actually pretty cool. It uses this technology called T-sonic pulsations to lift away dirt, oil, and dead skin cells. I use it every morning and night, and I was actually surprised at how soft my skin felt the first couple times I used it. Every time that I use it in the morning, the pulsations feel like a nice massage and everything feels very smooth and clean. I shave my face every day since I have facial hair that grows, but doesn't really want to fully commit, so I end up looking like a teenage boy trying to grow a mustache. I have to deal with razor burn when I shave, because sometimes I do it very quickly and there's a little bit of irritation and redness. The Luna 3 Men actually helps a lot with that. I've noticed like a lot less irritation, especially around this area. This is where I get red the most. What's also really cool about it is that it has an anti-aging side that you can use to massage your skincare products into your skin. A luxury that I've never had before. My skin feels so soft and firm. My back might feel like a middle-aged man's back, but at least my skin doesn't have to look like one. If only I treated my hair the same way. But that's no fun. You're here to watch me do a hair loss speedrun, right? The stakes are always high with my hair, but not with my skin, because I want to have a nice looking face in case I have no more hair left. I've used cleansing devices before, and one thing that I did not like was that you would always have to charge it. And for some reason, it would always know when it was time for me to use it, because it would die on the spot, right in the middle of me washing my face. I've only had to charge it once, and it's lasted forever, at least 3 months, which is more than you can say for the hair follicles on my head. And since it's made from extra soft medical grade silicone, it won't get all gross and nasty from bacteria. It's 100% waterproof, and you don't have to replace any brush heads in the future. The one that I have is the men's version of Luna 3, but this cool looking black color is one of many. If you're feeling pink, purple, blue, one specifically for dry or oily skin, they have it all. To fit whatever vibe you're feeling, make sure you check them out. So these were the videos that inspired me to possibly make a bad decision. The colors look really cool with the blonde hair. However, I couldn't find any sort of tutorial on how to do this correctly. I mean, I cut my hair last time just by sheer willpower and gut feeling. It should be fine. Okay, I have my blue Arctic Fox dye right here. The color looks quite dark. I was gonna mix like a tiny drop of black in it. I have a feeling it should be dark enough from the reference photos that I've seen. Or do I mix like a drop of black? I've got Transylvania. Something like that? Is that even gonna make a difference? Is it less is more or more is more? That should be good. I just put an extra little poop smear. Alright, so what is the best way to do this? Is it just to smear it all on? The only thing that I am scared about is when I wash this out, I need to make sure that it doesn't bleed over onto my other hair. Because then it'll just look like I head-butted a Smurf. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Or, maybe I should work in sections. Would that be easier? Oh, that is very dark and stringy. Okay, wait, that guy used foil. I literally made this foil so I could do this. I'm gonna paint it on top of this foil and then fold it over so I have some degree of separation from my other hairs. Yeah, this is exactly what he did. So he just painted his hair on top of the foil and then just folded it over. Hey, if you're ever curious and wanted to know what it feels like to jump in a pool full of metal shavings, all you gotta do is just put some tinfoil next to your ear. I figured that out through experience. This also looks very purple. What color are you? What have I done? I think this looks okay. You know, how do people do this by themselves? I've seen people dye their own head, their entire head, even the back. So how did they do that without help? Oh, there's just some spots here and there that I think I missed. I think my ear might be blue after, but that is okay. Don't worry, babes. I was just a little bit cold, that's all. Do I do more? Should I do this stuff too? You know what? Why not? We're already here. So I'm pretty sure with the stuff back here, I can just use my fingers to just kind of smear it on. In the middle of doing this, a thought popped into my head. Do you guys remember that girl that dyed her hair blue, but also dyed her entire body and her bathroom blue? Specifically this TikTok.
Do you think my grandma noticed I dyed my hair? Do you think my grandma would notice I dyed my hair? Do you think my grandma would notice I dyed my hair? I'm blue!
I was just thinking, I wonder if that's gonna happen to me. But I think I'm doing it right. It's just that the cold tinfoil feels like something wet on my face. And it just feels like I'm painting hair dye onto my face. Is that hair dye on my face? Ugh! The nice sound of tinfoil against my ear. Sounds like the ocean. Oh, for any armies, were you able to get tickets to the BTS concert in LA? I was very close to getting them, but unfortunately, I did not buy any tickets. It's crazy. I don't think there were even any left for the general public to buy. And people were reselling them for thousands of dollars for one ticket. I don't think you want to mess with armies. They're kind of scary. They will literally find your employer and get you fired. And then find your relative's employer and get them fired. And then find your child's employer and get them fired. I want to dye my bangs as well, I think. Should I do that now? I kind of want to do it. Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. The more I look at it, the more unsure I'm becoming. How am I gonna wash this out? Okay, well, in half an hour, I will show you the final result. Okay, here is, You guys ever play StarCraft? I look like that one sexy spider. Not a sexy spider, it's a spider lady. Relax, I'm not a furry. I think I'm gonna wash out my hair in the sink. It's probably the best option for separating the colored pieces from the blonde pieces. And it's also probably the best option for my back. Hey, Google! Play Savage by aespa! Oh my gosh, don't you know that I'm a savagey? Girl, what accent is that? The blonde is mixing with the blue. Uh-oh. Is this what Kwangya feels like? I feel like I'm in Kwangya right now. If only I had one of those, what's it called? Tabos? Tabo? Oh, this is so much easier. I shouldn't talk. Dye is getting in my mouth. Okay, I'm all done washing my hair. What I can tell you is, I never noticed how old I am in terms of my back and my neck. After I finished washing my hair, I could not... I had to like crack my bones back into place. It was not very pleasant. I feel like this hair needs a little something to go with it. My friend actually knit this sweater for me. I've only worn it once, so I feel like with some new hair, I should wear some new clothes. She literally made this with her own 2 hands. The talent of having hands that can do things like this. And my other friend bought me this suit from the Blackpink collection at H&M. I didn't even know they had a collection there. Wow, another talented friend. Talented at spending money. I should also paint these, right? Doesn't it feel like I'm missing something? Huh. Is this what they called a redemption arc? I think I did something. I look like 3 different people at once. Do you guys know Ryujin from ITZY? And Kazutora from Tokyo Revengers? And do you guys know Inosuke from Demon Slayer? If they all gave birth to a hairstyle, I think this is what it would look like. For not using a tutorial, this is pretty much the outcome that I wanted. You can see a lot of the blue when I lift up my hair, which is kind of fun. It's like having 2 hairstyles in one. If you do examine my hair very closely, you'll definitely see there are some patches and weird splotchy parts that I may or may not have missed. Who did that? Who would do that to me? I was expecting all of like this chunk to be a pastel blue. I had that really bad experience with split hair dye. So every time I color my hair partially, I always have PTSD. My brain will never let me forget. Since we're doing a redemption arc, I might as well turn into Saebyeok again. I'm gonna do a Saebyeok cosplay 2.0. Since I have partially darker hair now, hopefully this will fit the vibe more. Or maybe I should just give up on cosplaying as her, because I don't think I will ever match what she is giving to the world. Saebyeok is giving Cher, while I am giving player 001. Who knew that watching Squid Game once would just turn my entire channel into a Saebyeok simp channel? Like, what is going on? But that's okay. There are worse things that I could simp for. One time I saw someone call Kazutora's hair rotten dead banana hair, and I could never look at it the same. Originally, I wanted to dye my hair like this first. Thank God I didn't. Thank you, Player 67, for saving me. Alright, we have some dead looking beat up Squid Game eyes. Check. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought she was somehow related to Nikki from Enhypen or Felix from Stray Kids. Am I doing it, guys? Am I Saebyeoking yet? Overall, I think this redemption arc has been pretty good. To all the people that are saying that I'm going bald, you may be right about that, but you can't say my hair looks bad. I think. Oh. Don't look too closely, that's all I'll say. Oh, but look at this frickin' sweater. The talent. She didn't even get my measurements. She just looked at me and said, I think this size will be good. Oh, wait a second. How could I forget about the blinks? Jisoo and Jenny and the other girlies would be so disappointed in me. Wearing this suit jacket actually gives off more of those Saebyeok vibes that I'm looking for. Is this what a girl boss feels like? Because I think I like it. Uh-oh. Watch out, guys. I might be coming to your doorstep to sell you scented rugs. What do moms like, exactly? Thank you guys for joining me on this 2-part series of trial and error. Who knows, we might make it a trilogy. If I'm not posting on YouTube, I will be showing people my new hair on Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. And on Instagram, I did show. I wasn't... Your guesses are kind of sus, guys. I don't know. And don't forget to feed the YouTube algorithm some blue hair dye in the form of a like and a comment, which will make me and my blue hair pop up in your recommended more often. Just like a salesperson. Do I look more like a salesperson than Saebyeok? This is one of the most confusing looks that I've ever done. Let's ask the audience member that's been staring at me for the past hour. What do you think, Nico? What do you think of my new look?
Oh no! Our table!
What do you think? Do you think I would make it on the next season of Squid Game? Would you place bets on me as one of the VIPs? You know, all the VIPs are basically furries, and you're kind of a furry. Well, I hope you have a good day, try not to be dumb, and I'll see you in the next one.